Hey there friends, it's Codiak here, back for another Outriders video, and I know we're all just waiting for the launch of the game, but we wanted to take this downtime to talk about one of the biggest issues we see with Outriders right now. As you guys may or may not know, Livid and myself are part of the Outriders Ambassador program, which simply means we have early access to some info and eventually the game. Being part of this program doesn't restrict us from talking about some of the negative things, and in fact, I think we have a pretty good track record of bringing big issues to light in a way that both puts pressure on developers to make changes and gives the community a bit of a voice concerning some issues. Now, I'm under no illusion that we really sway anything drastically, but I do like planting my flag and taking a stance on a position. There's enough fence sitters in the world, and I just don't want to be one of them. Today's video is all about a singular issue, one of, if not the biggest issue I see facing Outriders right now. Of course, this may all change once the game launches, but like I said, I'm planting my flag. It also serves as a sort of PSA for anyone that put down the game after just a few hours and is thinking about picking it up right before launch or at launch. Throughout the demo, we had a small taste of the game, bits and pieces of content and systems that will eventually unfold in a very real way once the game releases on April 1st. And while there was some cheating, yes, there was some matchmaking issues, and of course, who could forget the shaky cam during cutscenes, none of that holds a flame to the single biggest issue that will tank, and I mean tank, Outriders community if it's not addressed. Of course, I'm talking about the disappearing loot, this issue that has been omnipresent since the beginning of the demo, and unfortunately, there are no signs that it's going to be resolved by launch time. From day one, we've been impressed with the developer's ability to communicate transparently, but this issue is just one thing that can't be fixed by words. Let me spell this all out for anyone that may not fully understand why this is such a big deal. For anyone still playing the demo, you know that farming is going to be a big part of the Outriders experience, and whether it's farming expeditions or captains, whatever the case may be, one thing is incredibly clear. It's going to take time to acquire all of those legendary items. Now imagine you log in after a long day of work or school only to find out that your most prized possession, the legendary you've been grinding for, is suddenly missing from your inventory. Would you really want to keep playing the game? Now, I'm not saying this to be that guy and get under the developer's skin. This is a very real issue, and they're well aware of it. But like I mentioned, they don't, as far as we know, have it under control. 1 week after the demo launched, the People Can Fly and Square Enix team took to Reddit to address the issue, saying, "This is an issue that we are treating very seriously and are doing our utmost to investigate. While our upcoming patch will address one bug causing this issue, we are continuing to track down other causes. Once we have identified and resolved the underlying causes for this issue, as well as further investigated the feasibility of a restoration system, we will provide the community with an update and try to get affected players back on their feet." The sentiment here is great. Fix the issues and restore the loot. But at this point, those are just words. Now, to be fair, this becomes less of an issue when you consider how robust the crafting system is in Outriders. Sure, you may lose that saucy voodoo matchmaker, but if you're smart and already have the weapon dismantled, you already have the mods, which means you can make yourself a carbon copy of that gun. Obviously, there are some other factors to consider, but it's not a bad solution given the case. What I'm really getting at here is that without a solid solution to this issue, Outriders from day one will be a leaking boat, one that will see a constant, albeit rather small, portion of the community that experiences these issues, and I'm afraid, jump ship. Pun completely intended. That's a pretty big deal when you consider Outriders may not have the massive launch that other AAA titles get. I have all the confidence in the world that the player count across all platforms will be great on April 1st, but that doesn't distract from the fact that this one issue is a dark cloud hanging over the game. Sure, I can deal with cheaters training their game to give themselves advantages. What do I care? I only matchmake with my friends. There's no trading, there's very little impact on me as a player. I can also deal with a shaky cam during cutscenes. I'll just skip them, deal with it, or close my eyes. But losing hard-fought loot with the promise that I may see it return to my inventory, I fear that's a bridge too far. Again, I want to commend the team for at least being transparent about the issue, because they even said, "While we do not currently have a system in place that can automatically restore an affected player's complete inventory, our teams are nevertheless working hard to see what may be possible in the near future." It's not much and definitely won't satisfy the more animated community members, but it's honest, and that's more than I can say about developers for other games that we've covered. Now, as far as we know, this disappearing loot issue occurs most frequently when improperly closing out of your game or disconnecting from an in-progress session. Even crashes can cause loot to disappear. Until the game is patched, which could be a while, go through the extra steps of heading back to the main menu and quitting from there. I know it's annoying, but a small inconvenience to save you from a major headache is always worth it in my opinion. Outriders launch is just a few weeks away, and there is still time for them to fix this one critical issue. I'm hoping we get some updated news in the next week or two, and this entire video is irrelevant, but for now, like I said, I'm planting my flag and saying this is issue numero uno. Not the cheating, not the cover system, not the weirdly short transitionary cutscenes. This. Anyways, friends, I hope you found this video at least a little interesting. I know it's not a guide or a breakdown, but sometimes it's good to just talk about the things going on with the game you're excited about. I know myself and Livid are rooting for Outriders' success, and regardless of if our inventories are wiped or not, we plan on playing this game until our arms fall off. If you are excited about the game and want more Outriders content in your feeds, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up and of course subscribe to the channel. We've got plenty more content coming your way and you don't want to miss out. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching and play on.